Correct. So while academics, transcripts, and English language proficiency are important, as you said, so are there any specific skills or achievements that international students can highlight in their applications to stand out for Seneca Polytechnic competitive programs?
Right. So when you look at diploma, we are getting students right after their 12th or 10th. So it depends on where they are. So at diploma level, we do not need any additional extracurricular activities because it's just after 10th or 12th. And they can, we just judge them based on their academics and IELTS. When you look at bachelor's, there is a specific requirement that you need to have your 12th done. You cannot apply for a bachelor's after 10th or 11th. And you have to have mathematics included in it for a bachelor program application. So if you don't have 12th math, you're not directly eligible to apply for a bachelor. So you can apply for a diploma and then convert that into a bachelor. We have pathway programs where from a diploma you can go into a bachelor program. That is possible. At postgraduate level, some of the programs will help if they have work experience. Say, for example, if you are applying for a business program and you have 2 years of management experience, that might be considered as something that can help the student in his or her profile. And while I'm on the eligibility criteria, I'll also mention that the gap. Generally, students are worried about their study gap between their 12th and diploma or bachelor's. Generally, we prefer maximum of 1 or 2 years gap because it is not a mandate from Seneca that you need to have only 1 or 2 years gap. In terms of the visa processing, it might help if the gap is minimum. So the minimum gap for the visa processing would be 1 or 2 years. And when you are applying for a postgraduate certificate after your bachelor's, if you're showing a gap of 3 or 4 years, you must cover it with your work experience. That you have been working somewhere for 3 or 4 years and now you would like to enhance your skills and go higher in your education level.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing these insights. So let's move to the next topic, which mainly talks about the beneficial programs for international students. So I've observed that Seneca Polytechnic prides itself on their student success, which they really do. And so can you share some data or success stories highlighting programs that international students have thrived in and boosting high completion rates and strong job placement after graduation?
Right. So as I said, Seneca is a polytechnic. As I mentioned earlier, our programs are oriented towards a job. So any student that is coming towards those programs definitely end up with a job, right? So it only depends on how much time it will take for them to secure that job. It could be like right after a month after their graduation, or it might take 6 months to 1 year to get their job, right? So all our programs are definitely aimed towards their skill and the skill level to which they get a job. Now, if you are asking me specific programs where the placement rate is higher, definitely IT programs are very much in demand. Any IT program that you're taking will get you a job within a month or 2. And generally, the IT jobs, when I mention it, is like software development, computer systems technician, computer systems analyst. We also have a program called like I mentioned, cybersecurity, cloud architecture. So we have a number of IT programs where the demand is very high. Say, for example, cybersecurity. The demand is so much for encryption that students get hired very soon, and sometimes even while they are studying, right? So after maybe, because the students who come to cybersecurity as a program already have an IT background for 3 or 4 years in their bachelor degree. So as soon as they come and take 6 to 8 months as a cybersecurity expert, they get hired while they're about to complete the program in most of the cases. And second is when most of our programs also have, like I mentioned, it's called co-op. It's a paid internship that many programs provide within their curriculum. You have 2 semesters and there is a break between 2 semesters, and many students can work in their particular field of study during that break. And that break, when they work, most of the employers continue that after their study as well. So students could get an opportunity to work in a IT company while they are studying a cybersecurity. And when they get that opportunity, many a times, if the student performs well, it converts into a full-time job opportunity after they complete their program. So this is embedded into most of our programs, and that gives them the option to kind of get an experience while they're still studying.
Great to know. So many international students seek opportunities to gain work experience in Canada after graduation. So can you specify the details about the post-graduation work permit program and how Seneca Polytechnic supports international students in navigating this process to secure the employment?
Sure. So first, let me clarify that I'm not an immigration expert. So I'm looking at it from a perspective of as a college, where any student who does 2 years program will get a 3-year work permit, and any student who does a 1-year program gets a 1-year work permit. So this model is what most of the students can avail while they are studying with any of the educational institutions currently. Again, this is true to this date and might not apply when a student is looking at this video later on. So second thing is that when a student is on the work permit, they are allowed to apply for a skilled worker program, which might give them a permanent residency. For example, if a student has done a 2-year program, they'll get a 3-year work permit. And within these 3 years, if he has gained a work experience of 12 months plus, currently there is a program called Federal Skilled Worker Program where students can apply for a permanent residency in that program. So again, there is a scoring system for that. The students must be above that threshold to be selected for a PR eligibility. So that threshold keeps moving. It's called the CRS score, and it keeps moving up and down based on how many people are there in the pool, right? So this is the mechanism that is currently working. But however, there are a couple of instances right now where the immigration policy has been tightened. For example, they have increased the living expense that students have to show from $10,000 to $20,000, right? So that is $20,635. That is something that has been done by IRCC in the recent months. And second, they have also introduced a system called Provincial Attestation Letter, which is a permission given by the Ontario government for the student to come and study at Seneca. So this is a mandatory document that has to be attached in their visa application in order to become eligible for a study permit.
Right.